If you're not planning for a Disney vacation like this, then you're doing it wrong. You need cardio, intense cardio, 30,000 steps a day to get ready to tackle your Disney park day. You need heavy weight training so you can practice lugging around that bag of merch you didn't plan on purchasing all day. Practice standing in line. Disney lines are relentless and they take a lot of patience. You want to ride It's a Small World? It's a 60-minute wait. Get used to it. Practice watching every Disney movie so you don't miss a single Easter egg. And plan for rainy days. Yeah, you don't have to do any of that. That's anxiety and that's the internet making you feel like planning a Disney World vacation is harder than it should be. What's up? I'm Multi-Park Punk, and today I'm going to give you 5 actual tips to make planning your Disney World vacation easier, less stressful, and a little bit more fun. After all, we're talking Disney. This should be fun. Tip number 1 is budget. Know your budget. How much money are you willing to throw at the mouse? Once you pick a number, any number that you're willing to spend, then you can figure out what your budget entails. How many days you're going to visit the park, what type of park ticket you're going to get. Are you going to stay on or off property? Are you going to get lightning lanes? This is a skip the line type of benefit. What type of dining you're planning to get, and your merch. How many toys and bubble wands are you going to buy your children or yourself? And I'm already going to give you a bonus tip. Know when you want to go, because Disney World and their parks are not a set price year round. They actually vary quite a bit. Depending on how busy or how slow it is can make your park ticket cheaper or more expensive, as well as the time of the year. If you're going in summer or around Christmas time, those prices typically get a little higher as it's intended to be busier during that time of year. So, if you want to go in February, go on the Disney World website, check out the dates. They'll have the prices for the park days on those dates. Now, you can budget more effectively now that you know when you want to go. Now, don't let anxiety or the internet fool you to believe that you can't do Disney on a budget. You absolutely can. Disney has everything from really affordable prices all the way to astronomical prices that I could never dream of affording. I want to, but I can't do it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't have as much magic in one day as you could in 10 days. It's what you make of it, and Disney has also designed this to where anyone that walks through those beautiful gates of theirs experiences magic. It is exactly what you can afford and what you can do that'll make your trip as magical as you can have it. When you're budgeting for Disney parks, you actually have quite a few options. Disney World is split up into 4 parks. You have Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot. You can do each one of these on a 1 park per day ticket. Or you can do a park hopper ticket that allows you to hop from park to park, access to all 4 parks in the same day. The park hopper ticket is a little bit more expensive, but if it fits into your budget, it makes sense. If you're going to do 4 days at Disney World, you could do 1 park a day and experience it all. If you're only doing 2 days there and it's important for you to see everything, then paying a little extra for a park hopper ticket will get you access to that. And if that's not in your budget, pick the 2 parks that are more important for you to go to and make those your 2 parks that you experience the magic in. It is all about what you make it. But Disney's got that magic, baby, and you can afford it. Now, when it comes down for me and my budget, I've had to do whatever I could do to make it work for my family. On the first time I took us to Disney World, I had to do a park hopper option for 1 day. So I had to cram all of the magic from all 4 parks into 1 day and do everything I could possibly think to do with my kids to make it as fun as I could make it. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Was it exhausting? Yes. Would I do it again? Possibly. If my budget was there, I would do it again. I've gotten to the point now where I primarily do about 3 days. 1 park a day for 2 days, and then on the 3rd day, I use the park hopper option where I can split between the other 2 parks. This works out pretty good for me and everything that I want to do at the parks or that my kids or wife want to do at the parks as well. It's whatever works for you and your budget, and you can mix and match. You don't have to do a park hopper for all the days there. You don't have to do single parks for all the ways there. You can do it in any way that you want. Park hopper, single day, mix and match, make it work for your budget. Dude, you got this. And also in your budget, you're going to have to figure out where to stay. Now you have tons of different options for this. Disney World has a bunch of on-property hotels, and it's pretty cool. They go from budget to moderate to really expensive and anywhere in between, but you do get perks with staying on property. You can get early entry into the park, or at some places you stay, you can get extra magic hours that allow you to stay later than other guests get to stay at the park. They also have tons of different ride options. Buses that take you from the hotels to the parks or in between parks, and also, depending on where you're staying, you might be able to ride the Skyliner. That's a little bucket that zips you across some power lines from park to park or hotel to park, depending on where you're staying. The benefits are pretty good. And like I said, they have it anywhere from budget to moderate to really expensive. It's not very hard to make this work for your stay. They also have tons of good neighbor hotels. These are hotels that are still close to Disney property, not technically on Disney property, but are associated with Disney to where you still get some of these benefits if you're staying at these hotels. Also, you can choose to stay just a little bit further away from Disney at any hotel of your choosing to save a little bit of extra money, but you're not going to get the benefits that I talked about earlier. You can also do an Airbnb, split it between a couple friends, or however you want to do it to make this fit within your budget. But I will tell you, you can make it happen with a budget hotel from Disney, and it doesn't make it any less magical that it's not one of these high-priced hotels. Dude, it's Disney. They do everything really good. You can make a budget hotel work for you, and you get the benefits. If you're asking me, that's the way to go. Another thing to decide if you want to budget for or not is Lightning Lane Multipass. Now this is kind of like a skip the line type of deal for the rides that you really want to ride. However, it's not free. It is a paid service. You have to pay to have Lightning Lane Multipass for each day of your park and for each person. You're going to have to budget and make sure that you can do it. If you're a family of 6, you got to pay for it for all 6 of them. And that only includes the rides that are included in it. There are some other rides there that are pay to ride that you have to pay separately. And again, that's for each person. If this is worth it for you and you don't want to stand in a 50-minute queue and could potentially walk on that ride in 10 minutes, then it's worth it for you. If you're prioritizing rides at these parks, I would say to try and fit Lightning Lane Multipass in your budget. And dude, I know you're saying, hey, I'm going to get hungry when I'm at the parks. Yes, you are. You're about to put in 30,000 steps that day. You're going to want to find somewhere to sit down, have a drink, and get something to eat. You need to refuel for the rest of that magic. Now, luckily, Disney does have a bunch of options that you can budget for when it comes down to dining. When you're booking your Disney World trip, you can go for a Disney dining package. I don't usually do this. It might work out for you in your budget. There's tons of snack options there and quick service places that you can go and you can pay to get food. I'm talking popcorn, Mickey-shaped pretzels, and anywhere in between some actual food items like egg rolls that are filled with hamburger meat. And they're fantastic. You can budget to do this on your own and get snacks and choices whenever you want to. I like to budget for it in this way because my family differs on how hungry we are, when we're hungry, and what we want to eat. Now, normally we can find something that we all agree on, but other times I might be getting ice cream for my kids or my wife 5 times more than I would get ice cream for myself. This is something that I try and plan in my budget, and I can keep track of it as I'm buying food to see how much I'm actually spending, rather than doing it all up front on a dining package. Disney World also has tons of places that you can make dining reservations for. That includes atmospheric places that put you somewhere where the atmosphere is very cool and the food is normally pretty good, or they even have character dining. Eating inside of Cinderella's castle is amazing. The food is pretty good, but the main draw there is that you're inside the castle and all the princesses come by your table to come see you and your kids. It is fantastic. That's what you're paying for, is the experience. There's also dining reservations for some of their world-class, top-tier dining locations with great food. All of this you can budget for and decide if it's worth it for you or not. If you want the dining reservation, get it. If you want to do quick service meals all day, there's nothing wrong with that. However, if you're in the middle of budgeting for your trip and all of a sudden that dining reservation to do all the character meet and greets kind of hurts your budget a little bit, you can still cut it out, do the quick service stuff, and meet at least your top princess somewhere in the park for free. If it's in your budget to do this character meet and greet while you eat, fantastic. If it's not, Don't worry about it. You can make the magic happen elsewhere. Dining is what you make of it in Disney. You want to just do quick meals throughout the day, do that as well. Also, side note, you can bring your own snacks. If you're on a real tight budget and you just want to bring a cooler full of Uncrustables, buddy, go for it. It's not a bad idea. And if you do that, find me in the park somewhere and come toss me one. I love those things. Grape jelly, or raspberry preferably. And then you're going to talk to me about merch. You want to buy something to show that you went to Disney. I get it. It's important. It's important to the kids, and it's important to me. I like getting a Spirit jersey every time I go to Disney. That's a long sleeve little jersey with something stitched in the back, Disney related, that lets everyone know that I go to the parks. Planning for merch is what you make of it as well. If you have a certain amount budgeted that you don't want to go over it, just like the quick service options with food, keep track of what you're spending and make sure you don't go over your budget. If you're like me, I go over my budget every time on merch. Every time. I can't help it. I'm not the person to tell you how to do that. The only thing I can tell you about merch is just try and fit it within your budget. And if you're a Star Wars fan and you're doing Galaxy's Edge, congratulations, your budget doesn't exist anymore because they have lightsabers from all your favorite characters. Now, if your budget does exist and you can't get a lightsaber, I do feel bad for you. I've been there before. However, if your budget is there for only a limited amount and you decide that you're going to put a lightsaber on your credit card, welcome to the club. I've got a couple lightsabers from that place. And everything else there is worth buying as well. It's Star Wars. Now that brings me to tip number 2. Knowing your time frames of booking. You don't have a time frame necessarily to book right now. If you wanted to book a trip all the way in December of this year, you could get on and book it, no problem. The time frame I'm talking about is 60 days before your first park visit. You got to get back online. This is when you can do your reservations. If dining reservations are important to you, they're important to a lot of people, and everyone's getting on before their 60 days, so that way they can schedule their dining reservation. If you're staying on property and you're staying for 4 days, you can book all 4 of your days' dining reservations or any other reservation that you want in that 60-day window. If you're staying off property, you have to do it day by day when it hits 60 days. So that means you might have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do your dining reservation for your first day there, and then do it again the next day to do it for your second day there, and again the next day for the third day there. That's a lot of waking up at 5 a.m. So if you're staying on property, another benefit, when 60 days before your vacation happens, you need to get on and book your dining reservation for all of your days. Knowing that time frame of having 60 days beforehand can save you a lot of time, a lot of heartache, and a lot of stress in trying to get what you want to get. And if you don't get it, well then congratulations. You got a little bit more in your budget for merch. Stop putting that lightsaber on your credit card. You also have a time frame for your lightning lanes. That means if you're staying on property, 7 days before your Disney trip, you can get on and you can plan out 3 of your lightning lanes. If you're not staying on property and you've purchased Lightning Lane Multipass, then you have 3 days before your trip to pick your lightning lanes. Knowing these time frames are going to save you some heartache, hopefully help you get exactly what you want, and it also shows you the benefit of staying on property. You get a jump start above everybody else. If you're staying off property, it is a little bit more difficult for you to get ahead of these other people to get what you want. But you can make this happen in your budget. And if none of this is important to you and you're just trying to go to the parks and have fun, then do that as well. Tip number 3 is prioritizing your trip. What do you want to do when you get to Disney? If rides are a top priority of yours and you want to cram in as many rides as you want, make it a priority. If going to shows or dining reservations or just walking around and taking in some views are a priority of yours, then make that your priority. And you can schedule your days around whatever your priority is. Or you can be like me and you can mix and match. I set my dining reservations for a certain time and then I work around my rides to make sure I can still make that dining reservation. The shows are fantastic in Disney. They're world class and they happen all the time. So you can find out when that show time is and you can make that happen, still be able to plan a ride in between there, and also make your dining reservation when it's time. Prioritize your trip to make the most magic that you can out of your Disney vacation. And dude, you're gonna do it. If you have a priority for what you want to do, you can make it happen. If rides are really important to you, then ride all of them. Ride every single ride that you can possibly get on. You're going to have to stand in line for a few of them. If you have Lightning Lane Multipass and you're good at adjusting your lightning lanes, you could probably ride everything in that park in that day if you want to, but you got to prioritize it. That's less time for dining reservations or shows or trying to make sure that you can fit yourself in between different situations, character meet and greets. If everything is important to you, then just go have fun at Disney. Let the magic happen to you. When you have a priority, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to pick and choose your Disney days when booking. This includes priority of parks. If Star Wars is important to you, you're going to want to prioritize Hollywood Studios because that's where Galaxy's Edge is. If you want a Star Wars Disney vacation, prioritize this park. If you have little kids and you want to prioritize more kid-friendly rides, prioritize Magic Kingdom. And yes, you can still prioritize this if you're an adult. I love me It's a Small World. Incredible. I also love that they have Tron and Big Thunder Mountain and other thrill rides that I can get on as well. But if you have little kids that want to see all the princesses, get on these smaller rides. Little kids that can't go on the bigger rides, prioritize Magic Kingdom. If animals is a big deal to you, prioritize Animal Kingdom. I mean, that's just kind of a given. Or if you're an Avatar fan, they have Pandora over there. Epcot is a major priority as well too. That's the World Showcase. If you want to try different foods and drinks from all over the world, my Disney Adult Club knows about drinking around the world. It's fun. They also have the only Frozen ride in Disney there. So if you have a little Elsa princess in your household, prioritize Epcot. They're going to want to do the Frozen ride. Once you have your priorities set, choosing your Disney vacation is going to become a lot easier. If you have these places that you need to prioritize and you can only do 1 day or 2 days, either do the park hopper or set those 2 important parks for those 2 days. Knowing what you want to do there will make prioritizing your trip so magical. Tip number 4 is important, and I can't stress this enough. Get the app. Download the Disney World app. This app is going to help you tremendously on your trip, and it's going to afford you Easy Street when you're operating the app. If you've never been to Disney World, each park is huge, and it's very easy to get kind of turned around and lost or not know where to go for a time slot that you might have for a lightning lane or a dining reservation. Well, congratulations. The application has a map, and that map has a big blue dot that shows you where you're at in the park, which is pretty cool, and it'll follow you around like a GPS, but you have access to the whole park. You know where you are in this park. You can operate it like a pro and have your family think, how did you know all this? I have the app. The app can also show you the wait times for all the rides. So if you're prioritizing rides, you can get on there and look at all the rides for the park that you're in and see the wait times. So if Big Thunder Mountain's at 50 minutes and It's a Small World's at 10, maybe pivot to It's a Small World and look at the app again to see if that wait time went down. If Big Thunder Mountain's at 26 minutes now, go stand in line. What the app also does for you incredibly well is dining. If you're going to go to a quick service dining location that you want to go to get food, you can also get on the app and mobile order. That means that you don't got to stand in line and wait forever to try and order your food and then wait forever again to pick up your food. You can order it through the app as a mobile order, go enjoy the rest of the magic, and when your food is ready, you can head up to the window and go pick it up. You ordered it all through the app. The app does incredible things. But if you're keeping up with the app, you'll be able to figure all this out. It's an incredible tool to help you build your perfect Disney vacation. You're going to know what's going on in the park, and it's going to be easier for you to hit those priorities. The wait times, the quick service meals, the dining stuff, it's all on the app. If you're paying attention to it, you're going to rock this Disney vacation. Now, a side note, and I will tell you, please don't keep your face buried in your phone the entire time. There's tons of stuff going on around you, and if you're not looking at it, you're going to miss some of it. Yes, it's important to be keeping track with the app. Do what you need to do and put it down for a second. Plus, if you're that person that keeps bumping into me while we're walking through the crowd because you're down in your phone, stop it. Get off your phone for a second. Look around. If not for the magic, then for my poor heels. Well, that brings me to my final tip for you guys. Tip number 5 is plan for the unexpected. As I joked earlier in the video for the plan for rain, where I had my daughter spray me with our garden hose, yes, rain can happen out of nowhere, especially in Florida. You're talking hurricane season and all kinds of things can go wrong. But that's not the only unexpected thing that can happen on a Disney trip. You're planning this magical day and you think you have it down to a T, but all of a sudden, the ride that you really want to ride, it's down now. You can't ride it. They've downed it, maintenance, whatever it is, you're not going to get on that ride. The show that you really wanted to watch, it's not happening anymore either. Something happened, you're not going to get to enjoy the show. Do not let this ruin your Disney magic. Plan something else. Be spontaneous. Find something to do, but plan for the unexpected because they do happen. However, I will tell you, sometimes this is when the best Disney magic happens. You were planning to get on this ride, it went down, you walked begrudgingly over to this quick service place to go get a Coke, and all of a sudden Goofy comes out and grabs your children by the hand and takes them to a dance party. And this is something that they're going to remember forever, and it wouldn't have happened if your ride hadn't have gone down. Disney magic is happening all around you all the time. If something does not work out, plan to do something else. It will still be magical, it will still be fun. But the unexpected happens. The important thing to remember is that you did all this. You set up a Disney vacation and you're doing your best. If you're not able to do all of this to a T, it doesn't matter. No one is perfect when it comes to Disney. I could schedule out the perfect day and everything could go wrong. But I'm just happy to be there at the park. And you should too. This doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be crazy, and it doesn't have to be so stressful. If you know how to book your trip and you get there and you prioritize what you want to do to have fun and schedule for if something goes wrong that you're going to have fun no matter what, then you're doing this absolutely right. And don't let the internet or anxiety tell you any different. You don't have to walk 30,000 steps or be a bodybuilder just to get Disney down right. Just have fun and do things the easy way. It doesn't have to be so stressful. And you know what? I believe in you. You got this. Now, if you want to check out some of my other videos, I'll drop some links here that you can check them out. I hope that you find joy or entertainment because this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help people's Disney trips become a little bit easier or show you what these parks actually look like, how to book tickets. I am going to continue on this journey. This is only my 3rd video, but I plan on bringing you a lot more. I'm just happy that you're here, and I hope I brought you some type of Disney magic that if you're struggling to plan this trip, stop it. Take it easy. It's going to be okay. And remember, Daddy's got you.